So we're continuing to look at a scenario or alternative future of the world. Now this is part 7 of this series. Let's go ahead and get into it. Well, the first event we have happening is well, World War Three. Like you can't like you can't like fix this. I don't know what I was getting at, but you can't have any other events really. Maybe some Spanish wars, but that's like it. Um, maybe some South American wars, which this is very peaceful. These borders haven't really changed since the 1900s. So, or at least in real life, they haven't. So that's why I don't think that would happen. Uh, so yeah, let's just start World War Three. Now, the reason for World War Three, I don't actually know. But let's just say, some Iranian troops, alright, some Iranian troops they're sitting at the border, of Iran, you know, of Iran and, like, basically Iran troops and, what do you call this, troops? Indonesian supplies. They're sitting at the border, right? And then, one of them, an Iranian troop, accidentally pulls the trigger on his gun, and that ends up shooting one of the people that are right there. And let's just say it's Bulgaria sees that as an act of war, and that's gonna cause every single thing to be violated. Or that sounds wrong. Never mind. Just let's go and see our fronts of World War Three. Also, I know I accidentally said World War Three. I meant World War Four. Sorry. You can guess which team's probably about to win. But we actually have a shocking turn of events, and that is Catalonia joining the Red Alliance for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why they did, but that kind of causes these countries to join us. There's a reason now, and yeah. Switzerland, there. I'm kidding. But yeah, the UK, they're gonna get destroyed if they don't join the blue team. Yeah, and it's just not looking good for the red team. Um, yeah. Uh, let's just go ahead and look at our war. The first movement we have happening is Bulgarian troops immediately swarming into the area. Let's just say it's somewhere in Thrice. Swarming these areas up here in the north and just cutting Iran off from each other. Now you could just do that, but let's go ahead and look at some navies. As you can see, in the Red Sea, most of the Black Sea is under red team control, but yeah, not a lot. Probably more blue team. Actually, probably more red team because it was a lot more consolidated. Let's go ahead and look at more front lines, aka um the Iranians, yes. Yeah, bombarding this coast, which kind of causes the Bulgarians to fall back off the coast, but they're still going to be in Iranian territory. But we actually have Iran going into Albania and North Macedonia, just absolutely destroying them because they're not very strong. Yeah, and going to Kosovo, going to Bulgaria, which kind of causes them to fully escape and be able to push back a little bit. But they're not mostly focused on this area, they're focused on Serbia. Serbia is going to lose its capital very quickly, and Montenegro is going to get slapped. Navally, I don't know how good the red team would be, or too much, but yeah. Let me just go ahead and yeah, and yeah, they're gonna go ahead and get rid of their navies over here. because there's no point. Um, because they're not there anymore. But where the red team is gonna see major losses over here in East Asia, where America is just gonna go around. They're gonna just go like here, uh, which is a longer route than the Atlantic, but um, they have this little territory up here, so that could be useful. But yeah, they're gonna see major losses in terms of navy up here. Like, not complete naval like superiority for the blue team, but like enough to where it's definitely gonna not cripple the red teams. I don't know how you say it. Wait, is Taiwan? Okay. For a second, I thought it would be under blue team, but no. It's gonna go and get taken over, and North Korea is gonna get slapped by North Korea. That's a good thing for the world. But this isn't as bad as normal North Korea. And yeah, we kind of have a lot of red team losses in Navy because we're mostly not focused on East Asia, which that's not very good for the red team. It's like kind of a I don't want to say it's dumb, but it's definitely not the smartest move, as you just abandon like some of your puppet states and a lot of land. And Vietnam's gonna go and rebel, and they're not gonna take that back. You know how anyone that invades Vietnam, which yeah, their navy gets eradicated from this area completely. And I said it wouldn't, but it does. Realistically, the blue team's navy is just too insane. Um, you know, they're just a lot stronger in general. Because they have a lot more countries under them, and also have just everything. You know, yeah. Which in Europe, we're going to see a lot of red team victories as they start to push into Ukraine. Like, this is a little bit too big of a brush. Um, but yeah, they're going to go ahead and invade into Ukraine, which is going to go really well. I wonder why. And they capture Kyiv, which is not very good for Ukraine, as half of its country is gone. And yeah, in the Baltics, they're gonna go get invaded soon in Finland. Finland's gonna be able to stalemate the Russians. They're not gonna they're gonna be able to stalemate them at their core areas. Their core areas is like it's like here, I think. But yeah, this is the used to be Russian right here, and then you're gonna be able to slightly push in. They're gonna be able to push into Norway, not into Finland itself too much, at least. They're gonna be able to cut off Finland, but um, still, yeah. Um, the blue team is moreover like going this way, and the red team's also going this way, which normally it'd be going this way and this. Normally it would go in this way, like this way. They clash back that way, but no, it's going this way. I don't know, but it's kind of not gonna work out for both teams, but it's fine. So this happens as all this offensive is happening. So Iran is gonna go and pull some troops out of these areas, and to be able to somewhat push back the blue team over here. About that much. Be able to cut off the front line, which is good for them. But and you slightly push back Vietnam, but it's Vietnam. and take some of their navy from over here, so like some of their naval superiority. They're gonna lose some naval superiority over this area, over Arabia, which is, oh yeah, I forgot about Africa. Africa would most likely be a stalemate, kind of. Yeah, this is kind of what happened. Egypt would invade, and then they would get pushed back, and get pushed, get pushed back, get pushed back even further, and then once they reach over to Cairo, is going to go and sign for peace. Yeah, they're still gonna go and invade a little bit. So yeah, Egypt's gonna lose all that territory when they sign for peace, and then they're gonna be able to let them go through. So essentially, they're fully occupied. Technically, yeah, but yeah, they're gonna go and spearhead towards Saudi Arabia's capital, which is gonna kind of cause, not Yemen, the UAE and Oman. They're gonna go ahead and rise up as well. Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Qatar, those countries. Yeah, they're all gonna, and Kuwait, they're all gonna rise up and, yeah, they're gonna slap these guys. But yeah, the blue team navies, it's just too insane, you know. They have the U.S. on their side, and also have just just a lot of countries in general. Um, yeah, I feel like it would happen fast, but not this quickly. Basically, what the blue team is gonna go ahead and do is known as boom. It's gonna do something known as going bam, and yeah, it's gonna kind of like eradicate the red team's navy, like complete, well, not in that area. I feel like, yeah, I don't feel like they would occupy the Caspian Sea because there's no real point. Uh, I c- boom. Um, yeah, I don't feel like they would actually do that. I feel like they would, yeah. And yeah, they're gonna be able to be pushed up from south to north. So it's gonna be like this, capturing Ankara and just cut off. Yep, 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 yep. I don't think this would last very long. Capture the Caucasus, which is not very good for a lot of countries, for all these countries, because that's very important areas. And Iraq, and then the capital of Iran, and yeah, go and reach around. This would be over like years and years and years and years of fighting. Get Moscow. And oh yeah, I forgot about the Eastern Front. Yeah, Beijing, and then that kind of collapses China completely. Takes Mongolia, then Xinjiang, then Tibet. Ooh, yeah, that's not. That is not very fun. India, and then and all in all, the war is over. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at this peace treaty. But first, I just want to say that's a big blue world. So there's a lot to cover here. I don't want to cover it all. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't, because there's so much. All of Central Asia gets released. All these countries in the Middle East get released. I'm not saying Egypt loses a lot of land. I'm gonna say, especially this one. This one, I'm gonna say. Yeah, Turkey's back. Greece is back. Now, the reason this exists is so warm water ports. Yeah, technically there's this, but I don't think you can kind of see the before and after because I'm not updating the alliance map because that already took 30 minutes to make. So you can see before or yeah, before, after. As you can see, Georgia did lose a little bit of land. Did lose a little bit of territory right here. But that's so Russia could have their little a port, so they could get a warm water port. So, I guess I'll see you in the next video.